Can we talk about how procrastination's not laziness? It's part of the spiritual warfare that we're in. Now, if that caught your attention, let me guess. You got vision, you've heard from God, you even might even know what your next steps are, but somehow you still haven't gotten it done. Let's talk about it. There's many people in the kingdom who love the Lord. They're not lazy, they're not rebellious, and yet they're stuck. And many times these people tell themselves, oh, I'm just waiting on God. But deep down, they're the ones delaying what God is trying to do. And while that's happening, the enemy's over here whispering in one ear, you're lazy, you're not faithful, you're wasting your calling, you don't love the Lord. The list goes on. But here's the truth. Procrastination is not just a time issue. It's a soul issue. It's not always rebellion. Many times it's often just resistance that's rooted in unhealed places of our heart. So in this video, let's uncover it, let's break it down, and let's do what we need to do. All right, let's go. First things first, guys, we got to remember that procrastination is not the root issue. It is a symptom, okay? Procrastination is literally how our soul tries to stay safe when something feels risky and dangerous, even if that risk is good for us. People are not putting it off because they're unfaithful. Oftentimes they're putting it off because their inner world is at war, even if they don't know how to identify or recognize it. Most people don't know that procrastination is a protection mechanism. It's literally the nervous system's way of saying, this feels threatening, even if it's something righteous. This is why people go back to the comfortable place, is because it's perceived as a lesser danger. Okay? The threat could be a number of things. It could be fear of failing, fear of succeeding, fear of judgment, not being enough. It could be the fear of being seen. It could be a number of things. We're going to break down some of those as well as other reasons in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. But it's not the fact that people don't want to obey. It's literally that obedience has become an emotionally associated thing with danger. Okay? But what if this? But what if that? What's holding you back is not your discipline. It's your interpretation of risk. So let's break down some of these hidden roots that causes procrastination so that maybe we can have an aha moment and stop letting the enemy shame us and call us names when it's not necessarily true. Okay? Like, for example, it's not that you don't care. You could be procrastinating because you care a little too much. Now, it's not that you care too much, but what happens when you care is people can develop a fear of failure. And they fear that whatever they put out, whatever actions they put out, it just won't be good enough. And so the natural brain, the subconscious mind, is starting to associate, if I start this task, it'll end up with shame in the end because I'm going to fail regardless of how hard I try. So therefore, to prevent the shameful at the end, I'm just not going to. Okay? If I fail, it means I'm a failure. No. That's the lie that we're uncovering here. Failure is not making you a failure. It means that you figured out how something doesn't work, so that way we can go forth and do what does work. God does not call us based on our performance. He calls us based on our identity. Now, the second thing that's pretty similar, but it's really sneaky, is the fear of success. You may have heard that one before. A lot of people don't really understand the fear of success, but this is really what it is. It's you fear subconsciously the responsibility or the visibility that will come with that success. So if I actually succeed, will I actually be able to maintain that? Will people expect too much from me? Let's say I succeed now and the challenge gets bigger, then I drop the ball. Dropping that ball would be worse than dropping the ball now, so I'll just drop the ball now. Okay. But the truth is, promotion in the kingdom is partnered with grace, not pressure. Third major thing that causes Procrastination is perfectionism. If it's not perfect, I just won't do it. If it's not perfect, I won't put it into the world. Well, this mindset literally delays people's destiny because it's disguising destiny under excellence. And, well, excellence is excellence, and perfectionism is perfectionism. They kind of thin line, but they're still different, okay? The root belief to perfectionism generally is I have to earn approval through performance. I have to earn this thing by being 100% right, okay? But the truth is, excellency is not perfection. Excellency comes with honor through obedience. Number 4 is probably one of the weightier things, is shame and condemnation, okay? Past mistakes have a hard way, or not a hard way, but they have a way of rewiring people's belief systems, which, obviously makes sense because you've experienced it. But past mistakes have a hard time they make it hard to believe that we're worthy to move forward, so we just freeze. Not out of rebellion, but guilt. And it's because there's a lie that's telling us because I messed up, I just shouldn't move on. But the truth is, the righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up again. That's Proverbs 24:16. This is pretty close to perfectionism, which is number 5, but it's more of like an identity confusion. It's someone who's still trying to prove that they're worthy instead of realizing that they are worthy. And a lot of the symptoms for this is like the over-preparing, the overthinking, the over-editing. And even though you've done all of those things, you still never launch anything. And the truth is, the slaves want to perform to receive peace. The sons build from the place of peace. Number 6 is probably going to be one of the most misunderstood reasons why we procrastinate, but that's going to be our nervous system dysregulation and subconscious traumatic memories, okay? The disassociations and different things that we learn, the strongholds that develop over time. This is these unprocessed traumas that literally live in the body, not just the mind. Starting something may literally physically feel unsafe, and that's because it's connected to a past moment of fear, failure, rejection, chaos, so on and so forth. The solution to this, guys, literally is inner healing, deliverance, renewing the mind, therapy, so on and so forth, staying in community with good leaders, and so on and so forth. And so, literally, just a unhealed nervous system will cause a lot of procrastination in somebody's life. Let's just say you're healed, you're growing, you ain't got no more fears in your life, you fully accepted who God's called you to be and these different things. Well, if that's the case, then good chances are the procrastination you're experiencing ain't got nothing to really do with your past or your heart posture or your nervous system, but it's literally just spiritual. It's the moment that you try to move forward and all of a sudden the atmosphere feels heavy. You're trying to do something, all of a sudden you get distracted, irritable, brain fog settles in, you all of a sudden get sleepy. This is not laziness. This is literally a demonic assignment to shut down your voice and stop your progression moving forward. And the truth is, we break it by opening our mouth, worshiping more instead of whining, and pushing through it in obedience and not just our emotion. Now, there's a couple of more reasons why we procrastinate, but I believe that that's a good general thumb to at least get you out of shame, get you into the secret place, and start talking to the Father about how do we address these things. Now, before you go, I want to give you just a couple of tools, tips, whatever it may be, to be able to just bypass this, to be able to get through this, okay? The first thing is going to be to start with the Spirit and not a schedule. What I mean by this is before you go time blocking out your day and trying to do your schedule, truth block your identity. Okay, what I mean by this is before you go try and develop a schedule, figure out who exactly is the person that's going to go be doing those things. Okay? You're disciplined by grace, not by guilt. You got the mind of Christ. God's working in you to do his will and his good pleasure. You can do all things through Christ. You can do, all these different things. We have to know who our identity is before we go actually try to do the things that we're trying to do. Now, besides starting with the Spirit, the biggest advice I could give, or the tip, tool, trick, whatever you want to call it, to get through procrastination is literally start smaller than you feel comfortable with. If you're having to break this cycle, then we oftentimes will have to literally rewire brain pathways, neurological pathways. And one of the only ways to do that is to really just have repetition, have some exposure therapy, just different things. And it starts with small things. So just get done in your mind more than perfect every time. At least I got it done versus at least it's perfect, right? Get it done, show up, do something so small that you said, that's so small. Well, if I did that, what good would it be? Why don't you do it and find out? Just remember that Rome was not built in a day. Number 3, we have to learn to expose and replace the lies. Okay? We have to expose them and replace them. The enemy might come around saying, but this is never going to work. What are you talking about? Philippians 1:6 literally says that God finishes the work that he starts. What are you talking about? Or the lie might come and say, but you're not disciplined enough. I'm not disciplined enough. Discipline is a fruit of abiding. Discipline is not a personality trait. It's a fruit of the Spirit. We learn to combat lies and replace it with truth. Now, number 4 that will help probably the most is to create Spirit-filled rhythms. Learn to fast from distraction. Learn to time block obedience. Learn to pray to clear spiritual resistance and atmosphere before you do things. Worship before you work, and then work will be worship. 5th thing that can help us with procrastination is partner with community and accountability. You cannot cast out what you continue to cuddle in isolation. So get around some voices that are going to help call out that child of God that's in you, not the slave, because the slave died with Christ, and now you're resurrected as a son. Number 6, call out the shame, renounce it, name it, call it out. Take authority over shame. Okay? If we've already identified that it's something else going on, then it's not something to be shameful about. It's called to do something about it. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You're not stuck because you're lazy. Okay? I don't even want to say you're stuck, but if you feel stuck, I'm going to say it's because the enemy's just convinced you that somehow moving forward equals more danger than staying the same. But truthfully, the safest place we can be, guys, is literally right dab in the middle of the will of the Father, even if it's uncomfortable. And procrastination is truly going to break when our Christ-given identities are restored, because, well, we're not the thing that we produce. We are who we say we are out of the abundance, or so a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Not so a man does as he is. Right? Did I say that right? Flowing with the Spirit on that one. Not sure. Anyways, drop it in the comments, guys. No more shame. No more delay. We're moving forward, okay? We're going to move forward with this. Even if you find yourself procrastinating today, get into the secret place. Figure out why. And then tomorrow, maybe we won't procrastinate. You guys stay encouraged. You stay armored up. And we'll see you guys in the next video.